You have to monitor your relationships to know where the boundaries are, and you have to make adjustments with your relationships in terms of boundaries. Now, there are two extremes. I don't have a lot of time to cover this today, but I'm going to cover it as quickly as I can, but hopefully in a way that you'll understand. There are two extremes when it comes to people with boundaries. Some people would have what I would call very loose or almost non-existent boundaries. And some folks have very rigid boundaries. Let's talk about the loose, non-existent boundaries. Some people haven't developed any boundaries in their own personal lives, or very few boundaries. And what that means is this: they live always at the mercy of other people, okay? Their self-identity is very weak, it's very poor self-esteem, and so they don't value themselves very much, and because they don't value themselves very much, they have a hard time making decisions. They're always trying to please people. They're always emotionally exhausted because everybody's taken from them all the time. They lose themselves. They haven't developed their own sense of identity. They lose their sense of who they are. They have no soul to them. That's why Jesus said, what does it profit a man if he gained the whole world but lose his own soul? And there are a lot of people who are at the mercy of other people all the time because they're insecure. They haven't developed their own sense of who they are. I want to remind you today that you don't need somebody else to validate you. You don't need somebody else to tell you that you're important. If God says you're validated, and if God says you're important, then you're important. You don't need the pleasure of other people to always make you feel worth something, to give you a sense of value. That's what the word validate means, that somebody's telling me that I'm important. God tells you that you're important. So you need a sense of identity, because only when you have a sense of identity will you have any healthy boundaries in your life. Otherwise, you'll get pushed around. And there are plenty of people who are standing in line to push you around.